Welcome students. Today we are going to start with our fifth chapter of science, substances in the surroundings, their states and their properties. We have already finished with our part 1. In that we have seen change of state of substances, how while providing heat and by cooling one substance changes from solid to liquid and liquid to gas, and after cooling vice versa, gases gets converted into liquids and liquids gets converted into solid. After that we have seen with some properties of solids, liquids and gases. Then we have seen about temperature and thermometer. We have seen the degree Celsius is the unit of measuring temperature. Thermometer is the instrument of measuring the temperature. Then we have seen some of the temperatures like boiling water 100 degrees Celsius, freezing water 0 degrees Celsius, body temperature 37 degrees Celsius. Inside a fridge, the temperature is less than minus 18 degrees Celsius. Today let us start with the boiling. Now children, we are going to see about what is boiling. What is the boiling point of water? Children, water is continuously evaporating. You know that. After giving heat and after the temperature, the water reaches at to a particular temperature, it start getting heated, and after getting heat, started getting converted into vapors. That is, it is continuously evaporating. Its best example is when in water spilled on the floor dries up slowly on its own. Children, you know, when some water is gets spilled on the floor, it dries on its own. You don't provide it fan or you don't provide it heat, still the water dries up. One more example is that your mummy, after washing clothes, she hangs the clothes on the rope, but you don't provide the heat still, or any air, but still the clothes gets dried because of evaporation. Because of the sun's heat, what happens, the water gets evaporated directly. This evaporation occurs from the surface of the water. Now children, what happens when water boils? Children, as the water gets heated, first of all what happens, its temperature increases and it evaporates at faster and faster rate. First what happens, temperature increases, then slowly and slowly evaporation starts. Okay children, now see, when water kept on a stove attains a particular temperature or level of heat, then evaporation takes place in all parts of the body. Slowly and slowly, if the see, this water is kept in a beaker. This is a beaker. Okay, when water is kept for boiling, what happens, slowly and slowly, the after providing the heat, this is the heat provided. This is a stand. Okay, this is the burner. After providing the heat, slowly and slowly the water molecules from lower level gets heated up. They go to the higher level. Higher level water, that cold water comes down, again it gets heated. So like this, slowly and slowly at a particular temperature the water starts boiling, and in all the parts slowly and slowly the heat is provided. After reaching certain temperature, what happens, after some time you will see water bubbles. You will see like this, water bubbles are rising in the water at faster and faster rate, and steam also comes out slowly and slowly, like this steam comes out from the water. This is called as boiling of water, or it is also called as, one more name is ebullition. Have you come to know that water is getting boiling? After a certain temperature, heat increases. Due to the increase of heat, water bubbles are seen rising at faster and faster rate, and steam is seen out from that beaker or vessel. From that we come to know that water has started boiling. That is only called as boiling point of water, or it is also called as ebullition. Children, they are saying at sea level pure water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Children, remember this, water always boils at 100 degrees Celsius. When temperature reaches at 100 degrees Celsius, water starts boiling. This is only called as boiling point of water. Again, if that water, if you cools, that water vapors which are formed, if it is cools, again it will get converted into water. If that again it gets converted into from vapor, if it gets converted into water, this process is called condensation. Okay, and condensation also takes place at same temperature, 100 degree Celsius. Okay, it means that boiling point and condensation of point of water are one and the same. Children, remember that water boils at 100 degree Celsius and it cools also, means from vapor. If again after cooling the water is formed, it also takes place at same point, that is 100 degree Celsius. So remember that boiling point of water and condensation point of water are one and the same, that is 100 degree Celsius. See your children in this picture. First the temperature reached till 20 degree Celsius. Slowly and slowly the temperature reached till 50 degree Celsius. And after that finally it reached to 100 degrees Celsius and water has boiled. So remember what is the boiling point of water. Boiling point of water is that temperature at which the water starts boiling. So boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius, and even when the water cools and vapors are cooled and it converts it back again into the water, that is called as a condensation, and condensation also takes place at same temperature, that is 100 degree Celsius. So let's move further. After boiling, they have shown one picture over here, and they are saying let's try this. Take some water in a beaker. You have to take some water in a beaker and place a thermometer in it. Heat the beaker on a spirit lamp. I have shown you what that spirit lamp. Note the boiling point of water. Repeat the activity by adding salt or sugar to the water and note the boiling point again. What do you infer from this? Children, first you have to do the experiment by adding salt, then you have to add sugar, and you have to note the boiling point. Okay, boiling point maybe it will be differ, the time taken will be the differ when you add first time salt in the water and second time you add sugar in the water. You have to note the boiling point of water. And this is the diagram. When it is heat is gained, what happens children? Solid melts, it gets converted into liquid. When it liquid again it gets more boiled, it gets converted into gases. Now while losing heat, what happens? Gases get converted into liquid and liquids now get converted into solid. Solid means now they got freezed. So it is opposite when it is getting heat and when it is losing the heat. Now children, we are going to see further is about freezing. Now we have seen boiling previous, now we are going to see about freezing. Let's see what is the freezing point of water and all. The water if kept in a freeze or on the ice becomes cooler and cooler. You all know children, once the water kept in a freeze, what happens? It gets cooler and cooler. That means the temperature falls. Yes or no children? At a certain temperature water does not get any cooler but starts freezing and forms ice. At certain temperature what happens? It gets water does not get any cooling but it starts freezing and gets converted into ice. The temperature at which this happens, the water means H2O, when it gets converted into ice, what happens? This is called as freezing point of water. That is only called as what? Freezing point of water. The temperature of a substance can fall below 0 degrees Celsius. In a freezer, you all know the temperature is very very low. It falls below 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature of air in the freezer of a refrigerator is around minus 18 degrees Celsius. We have seen the children in the table previously. The freezer temperature in the temperature of air in the freezer is very less. It is below 0 degrees Celsius. It is how much? Minus 18 degrees Celsius. It is read as minus 18 degree Celsius. When ice gets heat, it starts melting. Children, when ice is heated now, what happens? It will definitely start melting or change into liquid state again. Ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius. Remember that ice always melt at which temperature? 0 degree Celsius. It means that freezing point and melting point of water are one and the same state. Same. Freezing, water starts freezing at which temperature? 0 degree Celsius, and it melts also at which temperature? 0 degree Celsius. Means again here two things are same, freezing point and melting point of water. Each substance has a specific boiling point and also its condensation point, like we have seen in the boiling point was how much? 100 degrees Celsius, and its condensation point was also 100 degrees Celsius. Now in freezing, the water starts freezing at what temperature? 0 degrees Celsius, and again the ice melts also at which temperature? 0 degree Celsius. So freezing point and melting point are also same, 0 degree Celsius. So each substance has a specific melting point also and freezing point also. Here Just see, the temperature at which a substance boils while heating is same as the temperature at which it condenses when cooled. We have seen in the boiling. Similarly, the temperature at which a substance freezes while cooling is same as the temperature at which it melts when heated. Okay, we have seen already this. Now, this is one extra activity they have given us. They have shown us one chart given below shows the boiling point and freezing point of some substances. Like see here, a candle, it is given freezing point is 60 degrees Celsius, boiling point is 350 degrees Celsius. Plastic, it is greater than 250 degrees Celsius, and boiling point is 954 degrees Celsius. Iron, it is 1535 degrees Celsius, 535, and boiling point is 2862 degrees Celsius. So remember this. Now, various uses of changes in physical state. Let's see this, very important, this children, uses of changes in physical state. Now, how candles are made, children? Candles are made by melting paraffin wax. Children, the candles which we are used for lighting, the lightning, that is made by melting which wax, paraffin wax. Remember that. Second is solid carbon dioxide, that is only called as dry ice. It is used to make ice cream. Children, ice cream needs cooling. Yes or no? The vendors who are selling the ice creams, they have one freezing box. In the surrounding they have kept ice. That ice is nothing but it is a dry ice which is necessary for keeping the ice cream frozen. Okay, frozen means they should not melt, no, ice cream. That is why they are kept in a dry ice. Okay, so solid carbon dioxide is only called as dry ice, which is used to make ice cream. Third one, liquid nitrogen, it is used in animal husbandry. Remember that in animal husbandry, you all know the keeping of animals. Okay, in that, those who are doing this occupation, they are using this liquid nitrogen. The fourth one is sand. Sand is also called as silica. It is used to make glass. Children, the glasses are, remember, they are made up of sand, and sand, the scientific name is silica. Fifth one, metals like gold and silver, they are they are melted to make ornaments. So you know that ornaments are made from gold and silver. So they are melted to make ornaments. Iron is melted to make tools. You all know from iron different tools are made that are used in wars. Okay, that are used in this industries, different tools. Okay, in the farming instruments are they made. All these things are made from these different metals by melting. Okay, so very important, remember this. Now we are going to see this very important one is sublimation. What is this sublimation? For that, one experiment is they have given. Take some sand in a crucible. Children, this one is a crucible. Okay, crucible is the saucer like plate in which the metals are melted. Children, take what you have to take in that crucible, few iodine crystals. Okay, place the crucible on a first we have to put sand in this crucible. Okay, after that we have to put some iodine crystals on it. Place the crucible on a tripod. This one is a tripod stand down. Okay, then you have to heat it. From down we have to provide the heat. See here, this is a tripod stand one. This three legs are there, that's why this is a tripod stand. This is the heat burner from which heat is provided. This is the crucible, and this one is the funnel. Okay, and the funnel you have to kept it inverted. Okay, ulta rakhna hai. Okay, block the stem of the funnel with a cotton plug. And what you have to do, children, you have to block this funnel's mouth with the help of this cotton plug. Light the burner from the down. You have to light the burner on it and heat the mixture. In the crucible, what you have taken, sand. Okay, you have to heat it. Observe the changes. What you will see, you have taken in iodine crystals in it. So what happens? Okay, iodine crystals do not melt, children, on heating, but change directly to the gaseous state. Children, we have learned that anything if you take, it gets converted into liquid. But these iodine crystals, they after heating, what happens? They directly change to gaseous state. They do not go to the liquid state. Without going to liquid state, they directly converted into gaseous state. Okay, and what happens to these fumes? Where this iodine fumes, so can you see this? After heating, these fumes are rising. This, when the fumes of iodine hit the walls of funnel, they cool to form solid crystals of iodine and stick to the funnel walls. So what happens, this funnels wall, they stick it, and after cooling, what happens, they get converted into again into solid crystals, and they stick to this wall of this funnel. Thus on heating, iodine does not melt, children, and change to liquid, but directly changes to the gaseous state. It gets converted into directly into the gaseous state, and it's gets stick to this wall of this funnel. These fumes that which are rising, that after cooling, what happens, they are sticking to that walls of the funnel, and iodine crystals are formed again. So this change of a solid substance directly into the gas or vapor without first changing into liquid is called sublimation. So we remember this, what is sublimation, children? When any sublimating substance are those substances that on heating, what happens, they directly change into the gas or vapor but without changing into liquid. That is called as a sublimation. Like you have seen camphor, which you light during the puja. What happens that when you light that camphor, what happens, after sometimes it directly disappear means that directly get converted into the gaseous state. They don't melt or they don't form liquid. Understood? Then even the naphthalene balls which your mummy keeps in a cupboard, children, what happens, after few days they disappear. Yes or no, children? They didn't melt it. So from solid state, they directly gets converted into the gaseous state. That substances are called as sublimatory substances, and that process is called as a sublimation. So remember this, these are the some of the examples of sublimation: naphthalene balls, camphor, ammonium chloride, iodine crystals. Okay, so this is the very important experiment. Remember this, and this diagram also practice it very well. So we will see till here only. In the next part, we will study about the properties of some substances. Yes, so till then, revise your lesson till here.